What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and if you found yourself clicking on this video, chances are you have been questioning some of the details surrounding Bob Saget's death. And if that is in fact the case, then you came to the right place, buddy. Come join the party, because so have we. So have we. Don't get me wrong, I understand in today's world, there's a lot of theories and conspiracies swirling around out there about literally everything. But to be fair, I think the word conspiracy is used too much nowadays because a lot of these modern day conspiracies are just spoiler warnings for what's to come. I mean, over the past couple of years, we have seen our fair share of conspiracies come true. Am I right? But with that being said, I don't think it's too far-fetched to believe that there could have been foul play involved in this Bob Saget case, especially if you are aware of the extent of his injuries, and especially if you've been paying attention to some of the weird things that were going on in the days leading up to his death and the days after. I know now a lot of people have been pointing the finger at his wife because she blocked a lot of the details from his autopsy from coming out. And there was also a few other questionable things that happened, but I try my best not to point any fingers. I do think there's something fishy going on here. I can't quite put my finger on what is going on here, but I think we have to be careful not to point fingers at anyone specifically until we got more details. But like I just said, there's been a lot of weird things that were going on before and after his death. And this might be the weirdest, because in a recent interview, John Stamos revealed that Bob Saget's wife had a premonition about his death in the days before he died. Now, that right there, whoa. If you don't, if people weren't suspecting some foul play from his wife already, I know they're going to be, suspecting it now, because people have already been really suspicious of her. I've been trying to hold back on my suspicions, but this definitely makes me question things. Bob Saget's Full House co-star John Stamos opened up about his friendship with the comedian. He shared that Saget frequently spoke about death in the days prior to his passing. That's something that I've been seeing reoccurring, that a few people have mentioned that Bob Saget was talking about death more often. And even if you go back to like some of his tweets and some of the jokes that he was telling before he died, they all had references to death in them. I'm not sure why, but it's probably just a coincidence, but it's something weird. John Stamos then said this: Bob was always worried about everyone else, but he talked about death a lot. John Stamos said his wife, Kelly Rizzo, she said she had a premonition. I didn't see it. Well, obviously, if his wife has a premonition, John Stamos wouldn't be able to see this same premonition. I'm not sure why he would think that he would see the same thing. Stamos said that unlike Rizzo, he had no idea that his friend was going to die soon. What? Stamos said, unlike Rizzo, he had no idea that his friend was going to die soon. I don't know if he just kind of misworded himself here, or if he literally just hinted at the fact that Bob Saget's wife knew that Bob Saget was going to die soon. He literally said that unlike Bob Saget's wife, that he had no idea Bob Saget was about to die. Why would she have an idea that Bob Saget was about to die? I mean, I know she had this premonition, but weird, right? I'm already flabbergasted at how just blatantly, obviously fishy this is. The last time we were all together, we went on a double date to Naboo, maybe a month before he passed away. He didn't look like a guy who was going to die, but he was very calm, which was odd for Bob. What? So John Stamos said that the last time he saw Bob Saget was like a month before he passed away, and that Bob Saget didn't look like he was about to die. That he didn't look like he was going to die, but he was acting odd. Is that not weird? Am I crazy? What the hell is even going on here anymore? Why would Bob Saget look like he's going to die? They're acting like he had terminal cancer or something. Like Bob Saget was suffering from some illness and that he knew he was going to pass away. And oh, he doesn't look like he was going to pass away. Bob Saget supposedly fell and hit his head in the bathroom. Why would he look like he was going to die soon? Why would he even say that? Literally, this is exactly what he said. The last time we were all together, we went on a double date, maybe a month before he passed away. He didn't look like a guy who was going to die, but he was very calm, which was odd for Bob. They want us to believe that Bob Saget died from a freak accident, like he fell and hit his head in the bathroom. Why would he look like he was going to die? Or why would he look like he wasn't going to die? Why would that thought cross your mind unless you had some, thought that maybe Bob Saget was supposed to die soon? And then he said that Bob Saget was calm, and it was very odd. He keeps talking about how odd it was the last time that he was with Bob Saget, how he was acting different. And if you go back and if you've been looking into this case, a lot of the people close to Bob say that Bob was sending them extremely loving messages in the days before he died. And he was just saying that Bob was acting odd. Why would you notice that Bob was acting odd? It's not like Bob knew that he was going to die from cancer or some weird thing like that. Bob accidentally fell and hit his head, right? Right? I mean, why would he be acting off? It's not like he knew that he was going to fall and hit his head, or did he know that his time was coming soon? I mean, you really got to start. Listen, I've been extremely skeptical about this Bob Saget case from the beginning. You all know that. That's why I've been making these videos. But I've still been on the edge of I think something's fishy I think there's something fishy going on here. It looks like there's something fishy going on here. But I've always been sure to let you all know that I do believe that a freak accident could have happened. And maybe Bob accidentally died somehow. Maybe a freak accident did happen. But this right here is really pushing me to the point of being totally convinced that this was something weird going on. Because why would he even say that Bob didn't look like a guy that was about to die? Why would he even think that in his mind? Why would he look like a guy that's about to die? Why would he look like a guy that was going to trip and fall and hit his head in a bathroom and die a month later? You know what I'm saying? I could spend all day just talking about that one line. John Stamos said that Saget was peaceful, thoughtful, and caring the last time they saw each other. He was at peace somehow, and he listened, and he was thoughtful, and he didn't interrupt. He cared about what we were saying. I hate to say it, but it was the Bob that I always wanted to see, and it was the last time I saw him. So once again, not only did he slip up and mention the fact that Bob Saget's wife has had a premonition about his death, which we don't know the details of that premonition, he did not open up about that. I would like to hear it. I hope someone questions his wife about it. I mean, she's on Instagram all the time sharing pictures and whatever. Let us hear about this premonition you had. I would love to hear it. And I'm a person that I believe that sometimes you can have strong connections with people and maybe you do see things coming before they happen. I'm not a person who chills and watches psychics. I know a lot of people who watch my channel, they're into psychic readings and things, and they often ask me if I'm into that type of stuff. I'm not into that type of stuff, but I don't 100% believe that it's not real. I do believe there's people out there that are like that. And I do believe that you don't necessarily have to be a psychic to have a premonition about someone's death or to have a eerie feeling about someone that you're close to, that something bad might happen to them. I believe that things like that happen in life. But, I mean, you had this eerie premonition. You're not giving us the details. And, John Stamos had to slip up and tell us about it. And the way that John Stamos is talking is just extremely weird, guys. I mean, I've read you the words. Is it just me? This isn't just oh, this is kind of weird. This kind of, I don't know. It's what the fuck is this guy talking about? Literally. I am just what the hell is going on here as I'm reading through this, through some of his statements, because he was talking like he was almost supposed to know that Bob Saget was going to die. And he literally said that, he literally said that unlike Kelly, I didn't know Bob Saget was going to die. So he literally basically said that she knew that he was going to die. So there was two really big slip-ups in these statements. And then he goes on to just talk about how nice Bob was, the last time he saw them and they were hanging out together, which is something that we've been hearing from a lot of people, which makes me wonder, did Bob Saget have a feeling that something was going to happen to him? Because everyone who's talked about Bob Saget since he passed away, they've all stated that within like a week or two before he passed, maybe a month, like with John Stamos, they all had like some of their best experiences that they ever had with him. Like he would open up to them and tell them how much he loved them. He even opened up to one of his co-stars of Full House and was telling her how much his dead mother loved her. And he was just wording it in a way like he just wanted to make sure that he got his feelings across to everyone he loved. And even in his final time hanging out with one of his best friends, John Stamos said that even after all of these years, it was one of their best times hanging out. That he got the best version of Bob that Bob had ever been. And it makes you really wonder, did Bob know that his time was near? Was Bob wrapped up in something really crazy? Some type of weird, sadistic Hollywood type shit? And he knew that his time was coming. Maybe his wife knew that his time was coming. I've been trying to be clear, like here on all my videos, not to point fingers, like I said earlier. I'm not necessarily convinced that his wife had something to do with it, but I'm not convinced that she doesn't know what happened to Bob Saget. I don't know what's going on here. None of us know what's going on here. We all just know that it's extremely sketchy. That's why we're all here still talking about it. You guys are watching this video because of how sketchy this is. If Bob Saget's death was a cut and dry case and nothing looked weird, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it, and y'all damn sure wouldn't be sitting here watching me talk about nothing, right? It's because we all feel it inside that there's something weird here. Could it have been a freak accident? Yes. I'm always open to that possibility. But there's a lot of signs pointing that there was something else going on. And in my members only video, I opened up and talked about it a little bit more, about a lot of the dark, twisted stuff that goes on in Hollywood. If you would like to become a member, you can watch that video. And it goes all hand in hand with what I'm talking about here. Whereas it seemed like some of the people who were surrounding Bob Saget kind of knew that there was something coming. And that Bob Saget himself kind of felt like there was something coming. She had this premonition. John Stamos is literally in this interview saying that he didn't know that Bob Saget was going to die, even though Bob Saget's wife knew that he was going to die, and that he was hanging around Bob Saget looking at him like, oh, you don't look like a guy that's about to die. So I don't know what to tell you all, folks, other than if that's not enough for you to start questioning things, then I don't know what will be. I don't know what will be. You've already seen that his head was just cracked in all these different spots. I think that should have been enough for people to start, really asking questions, because obviously he didn't just fall and hit his head. But now things like this continue to come out. Who knows? I know there's going to be more details to come out, hopefully. And hopefully we get some, answers to our questions. Hopefully, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they could confirm to all of us that there was nothing sketchy here, that this was just a freak accident, and we could move on from this story. But until then, until they let us know what's going on, I'm going to continue to look in this story, because I think there is something weird going on here. And I hope you all continue with me down this journey. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're here or while you're there, hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and as always, find some time out of your day to go watch a movie. Oh, and some people asked me in my last video, how can you help support the channel? You can become a member, and I also have my Cash App down in the description of this video. But as always, find some time out of your day to go watch another movie.